Okay, back in a minute, Biffy.
Well, he uses them when he does need them. Like he's almost, I think he only has like 3 little vials left in the stocks. He does use it, yeah. Let's just do 30 right now. That'll be good. Okay. And the inhaler also. He does need that too. All right. Okay. Hey, thanks a lot. Have a good weekend. Bye bye. Yes. Oh, yeah. I want to get this done before I forget. Oh, will I make it? I hope so. Oh, there's like 100 steps to go. And he'll be boom, 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 boom. My grandma.
Yes, I do. Yes. Yes, I do. Okay, so I don't even know what, who's doing it? Who's the? That's right. That's right. I'll just do generic introduction. And next Monday, you'll have to save it again, which then I'll use the following Monday or Tuesday or or whatever. Okay.
Not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe and Brad Leonard behind the board in the producer's chair.
$50 Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 50 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 50 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. It is going to be, well, it is a clear morning all the way around. It's going to be a sunny and nice day today, a high today of around 68. We're looking for a pretty nice weekend in store as well. So get ready and enjoy yourself for that. Coming up today here on the Watchdog Morning Show, our final day together before I head out west for a week's vacation, a couple of days on the Rocky Mountaineer, going through the Rockies, Red Rock Country, a couple of national parks, looking forward to that. Not so much looking forward to airports and airplanes, but well, that's just what you got to put up with to get there. Based on some Capitol Hill testimony, I hope I don't witness any air rage on my flight. Baby Dog made an appearance at West Liberty University yesterday, and I still didn't get my picture with the pup. I know, I have a lot of criticism of the governor, and I really don't like the Baby Dog contest. I think it's a waste and so on, but come on, she's kind of cute. Well, cute may not be a good word to use for Baby Dog, but lovable. Can I say she's lovable? Is that a better way of phrasing it, Biff? Maybe I say she's lovable.
We'll go with lovable.
Yeah. Several local folks won prizes, so they handed several of them out at West Libby yesterday, and I've been given the alert that Baby Dog was going to be there, and I really wanted to get my picture taken, but I had a doctor's appointment and couldn't make it, and that's too bad. COVID cases stabilizing in the Mountain State, but the vaccination rate we have is still the lowest of all the states. Ohio's governor bringing back their vaccine lottery contest, only for those 25 and younger, although it didn't do much the last time they had it. Another bill banning vaccine mandates proposed in Ohio's House. Plus, they couple that with a shield for people who get COVID. They can't file a lawsuit for anyone spreading COVID to them. The debt ceiling is just days away. Washington seems divided on how to deal with it. Wheeling Council, a development committee yesterday, has begun talking about easing up some of the zoning regulations. As a planning commission member, I want to offer some thoughts on that. A few light ones today, and I'll have to wait until I get back from vacation to get to the mayor or the vice mayor, someone in here to talk about that. But I'm not sure they've thought this all the way through, and I've got some strong concerns about it. Newspaper editor John McCabe and I will talk about that and more in our usual Friday roundtable. And we'll head into the weekend with our Friday funnies, comedy from last night, late night, some stand-up bits as well. So I've got all of that. And, of course, always a little comedy and late-night stand-up. I was trying to make a joke. Bob is here with us. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Howard. Are you making a joke at my expense this morning?
I tried to, but I didn't make it work. It was bad. I couldn't do it.
Oh, well, thanks. I wish you nothing but the best on your vacation, Howard, and then you want to take a shot at me?
Hey, I don't know what you have in mind, but I have a real quick question for you.
What's that, pal?
Are you getting ready for Many Saints of Newark?
I am. I really am. I think I'm going to be able to watch it here in my living room, so I'm kind of pumped about that.
I'm very excited about it. Some of the trailers have looked really good to me. I've read some criticism of it. It's not exactly like the TV show. Well, you wouldn't expect it to be like The Sopranos. But I'm kind of excited about it. And I guess I read a piece earlier this week. Some of the original cast is going to make cameo appearances somehow, somewhere. I don't know where or how, but we're going to see some of the original cast actually showing up in this prequel. So I'm very
Well,
excited.
that's kind of confusing because the prequel takes place in the 60s. So how's Paulie Walnuts, or just using him as an example, how's he going to show up in a role that's 40 years ago or 50 years ago?
Well, it's a great question. I mean, I'm curious. That's why I really want to see. They could do a couple of things. They could cast the actor in a different role just to kind of be cute about it. He could be another mobster in the 70s instead of being Paulie Walnut. So it could be this. We'll see the actor, but not he won't be playing the same character. Edie Falco apparently taped an intro to the show. And I'm guessing probably something like, all these years we always wondered about how Tony got his start, and I guess now we'll finally learn. But they cut that. They're not going to put that in. She taped it, but they're not going to put it in there.
Huh.
But anyways,
I'm
just
interested.
excited about it.
Yeah, I am. Are you interested about your vacation, Howard? I mean, I was surprised. You're going to Vegas. You're going to Colorado.
Yeah.
Any chance
Why are
you
you
might send me a
surprised?
good? Any chance you might send me a goodie package? Gummies, cookies, chocolate, anything like that?
No. You can buy it there,
Yes.
and I guess you can use it
what
there,
was
but
thinking-
I can't. No, I can't bring it back. No, I can't bring it back home, pal.
No, send
Doesn't
it
work
by
that way.
FedEx. I thought maybe you could send it to Biff, and if everything was cool, I could slip in and pick it up. Is what I was thinking.
No. I'm not going to put poor Biff in that position either. You
Oh,
know who you
gee,
sound
Howard.
like here? You know who you sound like?
What?
My wife.
Oh, well.
No,
I
listen,
hope
when we
she's
were in
listening.
Alaska a couple years ago, we were in Anchorage, sitting on a bench downtown on Anchorage Street, and we looked across, and there was a pot shop.
Yes.
And Nancy says, could we go over there? I said, well, yeah. She said, maybe the boys would like some. No!
How about Bob?
No,
Yes.
we're not
Well,
bringing
just keep
it
the
home.
thought. Just keep the thought in mind, Howard. You could put it like a gun. You can. Oh, I forgot how'd that get there. I forgot all about that. So maybe try to help me out.
Well, I'll give some thought to it, but I'd like to get back to the show as opposed to getting back in prison or something. So, but we'll see.
All right, well,
we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, what I thought about this week? We get excited when things really aren't something to get excited about. And the point I'm trying to make is you look at the headline this week that everybody's talking about. A tragedy, a double homicide in Belmont County. What were we talking about this time last week? We were talking about the football incident. Everybody in the community, Wheeling, Bel Air, Ohio, West Virginia, was talking about the big, did he kick him? Should he be suspended, fired? And then it just goes to show you. Look, it was a football game. This is life and death, what we're talking about this week. So why treat it the same? It was a football game.
I mean, I guess I can't argue with you. It's like anything else. We make a couple of things. Number one, we put the headline where the news of interest is. If there's a double murder, let me put it this way: if there had been a double murder and fire last week, we probably wouldn't have had the football fight, on the front page or being debated on television. So
That's true.
It's what's going on today. If there's nothing else exciting, we can always talk about, the skirmish on the football line. The other thing is, let's be honest about it, especially talk shows, but really the community at large, we like to have things that we can debate, that we can argue about. And I'm not talking about politics and mass. I'm talking just, we like to have, do you think that coach kicked him? No, we like that. We enjoy the debate. There's not, nobody wants to debate what happened in Belmont, right? I mean, that's just a tragedy. Police will investigate, and hopefully we'll find out what happened, and perpetrators will be caught, and so on. But it's not something. Now, people are talking about it. Don't get me wrong. People are whispering about it,
But it's
not,
different types of whisper, Howard. It used to be you talked about that on talk radio, or you talked about that in the barber shop. Now it's all, on Facebook and stuff like that, which I think is good, but it's also bad. You get people fired up. I'm catching up here a little bit, but my take on the football controversy was you had many, many people out there stirring it up that didn't have a dog in the fight. Of course, everybody has an opinion, and you're entitled to that. But when you get on there and stir it up and make accusations that you're really not sure of, that's not right either, is it?
well, no harm, no foul, on the other hand. I mean, it's something we can argue that isn't life or death. I'd rather have people arguing, speculating, disagreeing, and even coming up with misinformation about a football line skirmish than I would about, I've been very concerned about some of the stuff I've seen on social media about this Belmont situation. That's something I don't like to see people speculating about. Look, intellectually I can't disagree with you, but the fact of the matter is there are things that are going to be talked about, whether it's talk radio or newspapers or as you said, at your barbershop or wherever.
Because let's be truthful here. What happens to 98% of all Americans probably? You grab that phone and you have to look. You have to see what's out there. I don't do that. I'm not part of that. But I just can't see people spending all that time with their phone, for God's sake.
Well, it's the world we live in. Whether you
I don't
like it or
live in
not.
that
And
world.
I know. You're a hard man to track down because of that. But I know. You're a little bit. You have always marched to the beat of a different drummer, Bob.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let it go about the football. They do things different in Bel Air. They're tougher in Bel Air than we are on this side of the river. If you don't believe me, then go hang out over there or go live over there. It was a football game. It was the heat of the moment, and we made much, too much out of that whole deal. It was a football game. And when you have soccer parents and other parents that don't even have a kid in the school, just firing people up, look, it's really none of your business.
Well, look, football is everybody's business. Conversation about it is everybody's business. That's it's the favorite community pastime. And it was interesting if you read a lot. I guess you probably wouldn't because you didn't read Facebook. But if you read a lot of the Facebook comments, you could tell, the people who thought the coach did something wrong were Central were not Bel Air fans. Let's put it that way. And the people who defended the coach to a larger extent were Bel Air fans. It
was football.
What? It worked out fine. It was a couple days of controversy. I actually think the coach should have been given a week's suspension instead of being let off completely. But it was fine. I had no complaint about it. We had some time to talk about it. The community got something to engage itself with. Just like a football rivalry, this was a football fight rivalry. And it came, it went, it's over, it's done with. There's no lasting damage. Again, drawing the contrast to the double fatality and the double murder and fire in Belmont. There is lasting tragedy there.
And it is. That's a real tragedy. But what burns my butt is this. You got parents that wouldn't let their kids play football or hockey because it's too violent for them. And that's fine. That's their decision. But yet they stick their nose in this, and they just push and push and push. And that's what burns me up, Howard. But, that was 2 weeks ago, and I'll let it go.
I'm just not going to agree with you. It's part of what our community's all about is sticking our nose where it doesn't belong. And again, especially in football, that's part of what we do around here. And I don't mean
that'd be like
radio.
me bitching about soccer or ballet or something like that. Again, I can have an opinion on that.
It's fine. It's all right. You have every right to do that.
But stirring up the fire.
Listen, if you have a ballet controversy, I'd be happy to engage in it here. Come on, give me a ballet controversy.
Well, I'm just going to say, listen, have a safe and happy trip. Don't maybe make a tough decision yet on the gummies, but that's up to you. Get comfortable. And you know what? You did hit me with an idea this morning, and I'm being serious here. I don't have a pet. I haven't had a pet for 25 years. What about talk show host? I spend every morning with you I come to depend on you. You are my companion. And let's
I don't
say,
like where this sounds like
you
it's
go
going.
away.
This doesn't. Oh, going away. Okay, vacation.
Going away for a long, long time. Hey, I'd be grieving, wouldn't I? Wouldn't I get some kind of compensation for that?
The good news is I firmly believe when I'm gone, hopefully a long time from now, but who knows. When I'm gone, they're just going to stuff me and sit me in front of the microphone and play tapes anyways.
Well, you'll need a co-host, probably. But listen, Bob,
right.
have a good trip. Again, be a little open-minded on the gummies, and I'll see you when you get back.
All right, thanks a lot.
Take care.
It's 8:24 on the Watchdog Morning Show. No. You in some of the places we're going, you can purchase those items, but you can't bring them home. You can't bring them back. I'm not doing that. I can't. We were in Alaska a couple of years ago. So I remember that so well, sitting on a bench on a main street in Anchorage and looking across, and there's a pot shop. And my wife says, "Hey, yeah, that's what it is, honey. Can we go over there and buy some things?" Well, yeah. This is a side of you haven't really learned about in these 40 plus years we've been together, but sure, if that's what you want. She goes, "No, I'm thinking of the boys. We could take some home to the boys." No! No, we can't take some home to the boys. It's not like taffy at the ocean. It's not like saltwater taffy.
Love saltwater taffy.
Well, I'm bringing some saltwater taffy, Vip, but I'm not bringing those special gummies.
I love saltwater taffy. When Dad he would go on vacation and they would come back and I'd have a little box of saltwater taffy or they would even bring like a whole bag of it back and just sit it on the kitchen counter and you sneak 2 or 3 and eat it and that stuff. I love taffy. Love it.
All right, it's 8:25 in the morning here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We've got for the Friday funny, some COVID update. More of your calls if you'd like to, 304-232-8255. Happy to talk to you this morning. McCabe and I will kick around the local news in the 9 o'clock hour. It's 8:26 and 50 degrees.
This is Hoppy Kercheval. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been told where to tune for news and official information. WKKX serves the Wheeling operational area.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts. You're never too far from the most local programming in the Ohio Valley. Find us here. AM 1600 and 1370, FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog. The Watchdog.
Live and local for the Ohio Valley. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
A couple of weekend events calling to your attention. Tomorrow at the on the Market Plaza, it's the United Way's Oktoberfest, new location this year on the plaza. It begins at noon, goes until 11 in the evening, so it's an all-afternoon, all-evening event. It's Oktoberfest Wheeling, local and imported beer. They have artisan vendors, music and food and beer and all kinds of fun. It's all a fundraiser for the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley, so check it out. That's tomorrow, Saturday, from noon until 11 on the plaza on Market Street in downtown Wheeling, fundraiser for the United Way. Also tomorrow, fundraising campaign to build that playground at Steenrod School officially kicks off with a steak fry. Actually, that's today. I said tomorrow. It's not. That's today. Tonight at Sonneborn Shelter, we've talked about this before. Woodsdale School built a really nice playground. It's a community/school playground. School put some money in. I think the city put some money in. The community raised money with fundraisers and so on. It's a true community effort, and it's a great playground. It's open to students of the school, but it's also open to the general public. Really nice there, and it's an idea that's catching on. So the students at Steenrod have said they'd like a playground, and so there's been a committee formed to begin to prepare for that. They don't have a cost of it yet or any of the details, but they're starting to raise money. And that includes a kickoff steak fry tonight, 6 to 10, Sonneborn Shelter, Wheeling Park. So if you're interested, tickets are $25 a person, $40 per couple. Your ticket includes steak, potatoes, salad, beer, and water, live music, a DJ, raffles, all kinds of fun stuff as well. That's tonight at Sonneborn Shelter. Something fun to do if you want to do something, and also actually have contribute to what I think will be a nice cause, this new Steenrod School playground. Purchase a ticket, if you'd like to, call Steenrod School, 304-243-35. Let me try this again. To purchase a school, let me try this again. To purchase a ticket, call the school at 304-243-0356. I still screwed it up, didn't I? I think I'm getting vacation ready, that's all. 304-243-0356. 304-243-0356. Steenrod Elementary School, maybe just look it up online if you want to buy tickets.
Ask them how much they want for the school, and then call Jimmy Frio, and he'll come and auction it off for you.
There you go. I don't know what I'm doing this morning. Weekend of football for you. We mentioned tonight, John Marshall, Parkersburg South. Is that right, Biffy?
Yes, John Marshall and Parkersburg South in Parkersburg. That's on AM 1370 WVLY and 97.7 FM. And over on AM 1600 WKKX and 98.1 FM. Man and Wheeling Central from Wheeling University at Bishop Schmidt Field.
All right, you want to check that out. Everything begins today with the Bill DeFabio Variety Show. Bill always has on Friday a special look forward to some of the sporting activities of the weekend, coaches and analysts and so on. And then officially kick off at 3 o'clock with the Quaker Steak and Lube Friday afternoon walkthrough from 3 to 5. And then the games begin at 7 o'clock this evening. Biffy has the fifth quarter scoreboard show. When the games are done, if you're out and about watching some games, be sure to text the scores into Biff at our text line, 304-214-1600. Biffy can always use some help with the texting of scores. And then when Biff winds down, when the batteries begin to drain, he picks up the phone and calls Fred Persinger and Dave Jecklin at Metro News Central, and we give you a game night with all the scores around West Virginia with Fred and Dave, throughout the evening this evening. Then tomorrow we've got two college games. The Buckeyes are playing with a 6. Well, they both have a 7:30 kickoff, I guess, tomorrow, right?
Yeah, both have a 7:30 kickoff. The difference is the start of the pregame show. And, oh, no, I was going to say, you mentioned the Ohio State Buckeyes. They will be taking on Akron. Their pregame show is at 6 o'clock. And West Virginia, they will make the trip to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the Sooners. And pregame for the Mountaineers and Sooners is at 4 o'clock.
And we'll have a look at that game coming up with Tony Caridi in the Mountaineer Report right after we check some headlines right now from our friends at ABC.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's time for
Spooky season.
For both teams. Oklahoma, led by quarterback Spencer Rattler, considered one of college football's best QBs. Head coach Neil Brown on what makes Rattler special.
The thing about Rattler is his arm talent is so unique. That's, he can move, he extends plays. They can run him if they want to run him. They choose not to. But he has one of the strongest arms and one of the quickest releases that I've seen in however long I've been doing it.
West Virginia defensive coordinator Jordan Leslie asked, how do you go about preparing for Rattler?
No different than you would any other offense. You have to figure out how you can get a guy off schedule. That's the only thing you can do. How you do that, well, that depends on how, what you see on film. We obviously know how the talent that the kid is. Our players respect it. They're not, they watch college football just like we do. So it's no surprise how good he is. You go through and you figure out where his strengths are. You know that. And then you have to figure out where his weaknesses are. There's not many. So it's a big challenge. talent.
That is Mountaineer defensive coordinator Jordan Leslie. So tomorrow it is West Virginia and the Sooners of Oklahoma. This is year 10 in the Big 12 for WVU, and the Mountaineers have not beaten Oklahoma just yet. Last season's game, because of COVID, was called off, so the Mountaineers are a combined 0-8. Last time WVU beat Oklahoma was in the Fiesta Bowl back then. Tomorrow they'll try to do it again. Our pregame coverage begins at 4 o'clock. Kickoff is set for 7:30. That's today's Mountaineer Report. It's brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics. I'm Tony Caridi on the Mountaineer Sports Network from Learfield.
Every weeknight at 6 p.m., join the voice of the Mountaineers, Tony Caridi, on The Watchdog. Tony informs and entertains WVU fans with the latest Mountaineer sports news. If it happens in the world of gold and blue, Tony knows about it and shares it with you. Sportsline, weeknights at 6 on The Watchdog.
Watch out! He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
It's 51 degrees, Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 50 degrees here at my home studios, and 50 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group studios. Downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley, clear skies, sunny skies all way round, so a nice day today. Sunny and warmer than we had yesterday, and a pretty nice weekend in store, even warmer over the next couple of days. Today's high around 68, tomorrow up to around 70, 74 by the end of the weekend. So all in all, a little bit warmer and mostly sunny. Could see a little bit of rain, afternoon showers tomorrow, not a whole lot. That's according to what we hear from our friend Aaron Myler, our new morning meteorologist here at the Watchdog Morning Show, since our old friend Zach Petty is moving on up, as they say in the song, moving on up to the Chief's job. He's going to be the Chief. Chief Zach. Remember to salute him when you see him. Let's check some COVID stories, Biffy.
COVID-19 update.
Boosters, no boosters. This is one area where it's really, really confusing. It has been all along, continues to still be. The CDC yesterday endorsed COVID-19 booster shots for those 65 and older and others who have immunocompromised positions. The CDC director signed off on the recommendation from a panel of advisors. In addition to seniors, boosters who are at least 6 months past their second Pfizer shot were also endorsed for nursing home residents and those 50 plus who have underlying health problems. We're starting to get complicated again on who's supposed to get this. Additionally, the CDC director, Dr. Walensky, included one group that the advisory panel voted against, and that's healthcare workers in the 18 to 64-year-old range. She said they can be and should be getting their booster shot as well, even though that was not the recommendation from the advisory committee. And keep in mind, all of these booster proposals, I guess it's now actual recommendation, are Pfizer only. Pfizer only. Booster shots for those who got Moderna or J&J have not been talked about yet, so it's Pfizer only we're talking about. Can you mix? I asked that question to Howard Gamble of the health department last week, and he said you should not. If you got Moderna, stick with Moderna. If you got Pfizer, stick with Pfizer. I have Moderna, which means I'm not in a booster position at least just yet. But again, this is getting complicated now because we had the FDA committee recommend one thing, the CDC committee recommended something else. The CDC director is overruling their own advisory committee. Jeez. Anyway, as of now, it looks like vaccine booster shots, Pfizer only, 65 and older, and those who are immunocompromised, as well as nursing home residents and healthcare workers. The good news is in West Virginia, the DHHR says that the number of cases seems to be pretty stabilized. We're not seeing a whole, couple up, couple down, but the last few days, not too many additional cases. Deaths are stabilizing as well, so we may be in West Virginia beginning to find our way out of the miasma of the Delta variant. I said that back in June when I thought everything was over and done with, so I'm not going to be so quick to say it, but at least at the moment, it looks like cases in West Virginia are stabilizing. Hospitalizations nearly unchanged in yesterday's report from Wednesday and so on. So the good news is, I think we're making progress. Biffy, we talked about airline rage earlier this morning, and that a lot of that stems from, mask wearing. There's also a lot of rage over the vaccine. How about this story out of Canada? On Monday morning around 9:15 a.m., a man walked into a pharmacy in southern Quebec and found a nurse who he said, "You vaccinated my wife and I didn't give you permission." I would pause here and say, what the hell does your wife's vaccination have to do with you? Why do we need your permission for your wife to get vaccinated? Nonetheless, so this guy, very angry guy, comes in and says, "You vaccinated my wife and you didn't have my permission." And then he punched the nurse in the nose, Biff. Bam! She said from the very beginning he was pretty aggressive. I was a little bit concerned. He was very angry. And then he punched her right in the nose and punched her face multiple times. Nurse was taken to a hospital, treated for multiple injuries to the face. And I believe the guy was arrested. Unless there's more to this story, unless somehow she grabbed this woman and said, "I'm vaccinating you no matter what." Hey, if the woman wanted to be vaccinated, you don't need your husband's permission. But I guess this guy felt that she did. So, man, Biff, just a nurse at a pharmacy giving a vaccine because someone asked for it gets punched in the face. What's going on in our world today?
We've lost it. It's that simple.
It's just beyond the pale. And we talked last hour about some of the stories that we heard in a congressional hearing yesterday about air rage and people who get very violent and attack flight attendants and sometimes even other passengers and become very obstreperous over the mask mandate in airplanes, destroy the restrooms. We're just, I don't know, just depresses me. But serenity now. Continuing with COVID-19 update, the Ohio House has another bill introduced. They already have one bill that's pending. It's been very controversial. It has not yet passed. There's one bill pending in the Ohio House that would ban all mandates, would say you cannot mandate a vaccine for anybody, anywhere, any place. An Ohio House Republican yesterday, another Republican, proposed legislation that would also ban all mandates for school kids, government workers. No mandates would be allowed in any of those places. This time the legislation includes a shield for anybody who spreads COVID-19 from lawsuits. If you were a COVID-19 spreader, you could not be sued. So, again, I don't know what that's supposed to be about. And Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, unveiled yet another vaccine lottery. Look, we know these lotteries aren't working. The governor's first, what was the first one called? Vax-A-Million. The governor's Vax-A-Million didn't work. It did not increase vaccinations. It just didn't. The numbers weren't there. Same thing true in West Virginia. Do It for Baby Dog did not increase vaccinations. It just spent federal money that could have been used elsewhere to give people cars and lawnmowers and trips, et cetera, et cetera. And it didn't work there either. Governor DeWine's at least on this one, the new one called Vax to School, the prizes are all scholarships, and it is only for kids or people 25 and younger. You know, one of the things that I also was bothered by in West Virginia, I guess Ohio too, is that anybody at all, if you lived in the state and had a vaccination, well, you could register and you could win, but that doesn't do anything to encourage people to get vaccinated, because almost everybody who won was already vaccinated. So Ohio's Vax to School is going to kick in as well, but the prizes this time will be, I think it's 5 $100,000 scholarships, and you can only be 25 and younger to get to be eligible for that, to register for that. All right, that's the COVID update for the morning here this morning on the Watchdog Morning Show. It's just about 8:50, 10 before the hour. Biff, do I have to do another break, or are we okay?
We are okay.
All right, let's do a little bit of the Friday funnies and some entertainment news for you. I always like to send you off into the weekend with a little bit of humor and laughter. Let's start with some of the late night, last night comedy.
A team of research scientists looked into why this pumpkin spice is so popular. It turns out it's not because of the taste, it's because of the smell. They say the smell of pumpkin spice conjures up fond and familiar memories of Thanksgiving and holidays. It's interesting. They should put it in the vaccine. They really, right? I mean,
singer Billie Eilish announced yesterday that she partnered with Nike to create shoes that are 100% vegan. And get this, they actually taste like real meat. 2 fire departments in Illinois rescued a dog this week after it fell down a 40-foot well. Right, fell, said the cat.
First of all, it makes sense that pumpkin spice is so well liked because of the smell. I mean, that makes perfect sense. We respond sometimes much more to smell than to other things. I don't like the pumpkin spice stuff. Do you, Biffy? Are you a pumpkin spice kind of guy?
No, I mean, I'm not a gigantic fan of it. I mean, if somebody brings me one, yeah, I mean, I'll drink it, but I don't go crazy over it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If somebody were to bring me a pumpkin spice, latte or something, I would drink it. Or, I mean, I like pumpkin pie, but it's just this craze over pumpkin spice to me is just I don't get it. But hey, if you enjoy it, by all means, that's fine, absolutely fine. But I'm not a big fan of it. But I can understand why it becomes an issue of smell, because it's like coffee too, Biffy. I know a lot of people that really don't like coffee, would like the smell of coffee, right?
Oh yeah.
So I get that. There was something else he said there that I thought was, oh yeah. So listen, if the smells will encourage people to take it, let's put it in the vaccine. Ooh, smells like pumpkin pie spice. Give me the vaccine. I'll roll up my sleeve. Give it to me. And you know what? In the way things are going, what the hell? Give it a try. Seriously. We need to get people more vaccinated. West Virginia right now, and this could change day by day, but right now, West Virginia is the worst state in the nation for COVID cases. We have the highest number of COVID cases per capita in the nation. We're number 1 for per capita, and we're clear at the bottom. We're the dead last for vaccination rates. Now, we were higher than that until they realized they'd done some miscounting this week, and now they've actually checked the counting. Oops. They are, we're lower. So we're the dead last in terms of vaccination now, and that's kind of sad. Friday Funnies continue, Biffy. Let's have a little bit of stand-up comedy. Who do we have today?
We have Pete Holmes on the key to happiness.
Oh, that's good. Is it pumpkin spice?
We'll have to find out.
Well, let's see.
I've recalibrated my brain to reward me for the things I am doing, not the things I could be doing. And that's what I think you should do. That's one of the keys to happiness. Love yourself for what you are doing, not what you could be doing. Too many people are going around waiting for something phenomenal, like, I'll love me when I discover a new body of water. That's when Steve will love Steve. Like, we found him, Steve. We found all of them. So what's that? That's Lake Michigan. The search continues. Love yourself for what you are doing. That's what I do. Like the other night, I was sleeping and I discovered a new sleeping position. I wasn't planning on this, I was just improvising. And I discovered a new one, on the stomach 4. And I knew I had done something by my own standards. So I woke myself up from a deep sleep to lift my head off the pillow and go, you're killing it, and went back to bed. Endorphins, 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 endorphins.
All right, Friday Funnies there. Let's do some entertainment news, Biffy.
Where's that? There it is.
Here's a story I need to tell my little grandson Teddy about. My little buddy loves every single day. We play some form of Mario Brothers video game. Chris Pratt and Charlie Day are going to be the voices of Mario and Luigi in a new animated movie, Super Mario Brothers. Illumination and Nintendo announced the voiceover cast yesterday, again featuring Seth Rogen. He'll be playing Donkey Kong. Fred Armisen will be Cranky Kong. And Sebastian Maniscalco will be Spike. Believe it or not, I know all of these people. I know all of these characters because we play them all the time. The film will hit theaters next Christmas time. Super Mario Brothers animated movie is coming out. The Muppets Haunted Mansion will premiere on Disney Plus 2 Fridays from now, October the 8th. The trailer dropped yesterday. Shows Gonzo and Pepe the Prawn attempting to spend one night in the spooky house. So a couple of movie notes there for you. Here's some more entertainment news from ABC.
ABC Entertainment News.
He was known as the godfather of black cinema. Melvin Van Peebles is dying.
Pay some respectful homage, please.
From his films including Watermelon Man to Broadway shows Ain't Supposed to Die a Natural Death, which is returning to the stage next year, Van Peebles influenced everyone from Spike Lee to John Singleton. And of course, his actor-director son, Mario. Melvin Van Peebles was 89.
Coming up live on The View.
Whoopi Goldberg will enjoy The View for a while longer. She just signed a 4-year extension to co-host The Daily Chat Show. And Good Morning America's Michael Strahan also signed a new 4-year deal. Both The View and GMA are produced by ABC News. Saturday Night Live unveiling its first 4 hosts of the season. Owen Wilson will kick things off, followed by Kim Kardashian, Rami Malek, and Jason Sudeikis. And for the first time, the show will also stream live every week on Peacock. He was born to run 72 years ago today. Happy birthday to Bruce Springsteen. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
And finally, some salacious celebrity gossip to round out our entertainment report.
It's your salacious celebrity scoop. Lauren Moraski dishes out this week's tabloid news.
The tabloids are out, and here's what you need to know. Renee Zellweger is making things Instagram official with her new beau, Aunt Anstead. But of course, the tabloids are now trying to poke holes in their love story. In Touch claims that friends are worried about their romance and his supposed sketchy dating history. This week, Life on Style reports that Prince William and Duchess Kate and their 3 children are moving into Windsor Castle to be closer to Queen Elizabeth II. According to the tabloid, the Queen is prepping her grandson to take the throne in place of his father, Prince Charles. These are both rumors, and there's no confirmation here. Over at OK Magazine, Russell Crowe is apparently so madly in love with his girlfriend Brittany that he's hoping they could marry by the holidays. Although a wedding wouldn't be a surprise, there's no confirmation any of this is going down. And finally, Globe claims that George Clooney's wanderlust lifestyle has left Amal Clooney in a tizzy and it's creating a new marriage crisis. When will the tabloids leave these two alone? We don't buy it. That's your salacious celebrity scoop. We'll catch you next week after we dig through the tabloid trash.
All right, so that's the morning entertainment news. If you enjoy entertainment news, you can catch an extra dollop of entertainment news every afternoon with Dave Weekly on Hotline from 3 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Dave has some entertainment news for you, frequently live entertainment guests. Yesterday, in fact, Dave had Larry Gross from Mountain Stage on. Did some music and some reflecting on the Mountain Stage. Larry Gross is stepping down as host of Mountain Stage. Kathy Mattea going to be the full-time host, is actually the full-time host. She's already started doing that. It was a good conversation with Larry Gross yesterday. on Dave Weekly and Hotline from 3 to 5 o'clock. The question of the day, lots of sports information, some interesting guests, a lot of fun entertainment news for you and stuff as well. Music and movies and all that, and television talk and good stuff. Dave Weekly Hotline, 3 to 5 o'clock every afternoon here on the Watchdog. Except for today, when he's not going to be here today, because we'll have the Quaker Steak and Lube Friday afternoon walkthrough from 3 to 5 instead. So check that out with the gang today. All right, next hour, McCabe and I will kick around some of the Ohio Valley News Week stories in review. We don't often talk about crime stories, but a lot of crime stories, I think, deserving of some of our attention in today. We'll also talk about the parking garage in downtown Wheeling. Boy, are they moving quickly on that, City Council is. And I want to talk to John because I have some thoughts on this proposal the Development Committee is looking at to ease up some zoning regulations. I think, as a planning commissioner, I think they want to think long and hard about that. So we'll talk about all of that with Mr. McCabe coming up in the next hour of the show. Right now, we'll check in with ABC. They'll cover the world for us here. We're looking at 50 degrees all the way around and clear skies, a little bit of sun beginning to shine.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
President Biden will speak.
What? Oh, they took them to themselves. Why? That's because they don't think you can handle it.